spaceship has landed, Beyerdynamic Space Max just launched, and I'm going to share with you in this video my experiences using it for more than 6 weeks. I'm going to unbox it for you, sharing the value, especially for hybrid work, and why it sounds so great for listening to music. Stay tuned. When I asked Beyerdynamic, why did you build the speakerphone Space Max, they told me that they wanted to find an uncompromised formula between reliability and performance. It should be great for speech, but also for outstanding music quality when used in large meeting rooms, huddle rooms, individual offices, but also for multimedia, music and reproduction. It should be literally a perfect plug-and-play solution for hybrid work without any efforts to get it up and running. And that's a value what I can completely understand. I can use it in a small office, in my home office, but also go up and cascade it with 2 Space Maxes and use it in a boardroom. Our setting looks the following. We've got 2 Beyerdynamic Space Max here. And currently we are sitting very close together and we're showing you how it sounds when talking directly close to each other.
So let's test it. I'll start talking and it will pick it up. So it's now currently directly in front of my mouth. So I'm talking to it. The setting is for a table with many people in, for example, a meeting setting. So it has many varieties on how you can use it. It's also great for using it as a loudspeaker for listening to music, but especially with a great microphone, it has its advantages.
Okay, so please go to the end of this table. This is the largest table what we can currently offer here in this garden. Please move to the other part.
So each one of us is now walking directly into one of the brand new Beyerdynamic Space Max speakerphones. It's great for listening to music, but it has its advantages and especially good in meeting rooms from about 8 to 12 people. You can tell us in the comments on how the microphone quality sounds. So for example, we have now a 2 loudspeaker setting. So one is there 3 meters away and I have one like 20 centimeters away. And it's a setting you will usually find in hybrid or remote setups.
And I'm now on the other side of the table, opposite, and talking directly into the Space Max. And now we're talking at the same time, which is called the full duplex mode. And then you can hear if everything sounds uninterrupted.
So let's test it.
Let's talk at the same time, and
Great
then
choice.
you should have a seamless experience with the full duplex mode.
Awesome.
When designing a speakerphone for hybrid work, it must be ready to work with battery only. So if there is a cable which is always needed to plug in, then it's not hybrid work. I would call a speakerphone ready for hybrid work if it does not need electricity power. So with one single charge, you can use the Beyerdynamic Space Max for 25 hours. I also want to emphasize that this is a very windy day, and I just checked the post-production here, and you should not hear any kind of wind noise. I'm going to show you now how it sounds using my Sony camera and the Sony microphones here, where you should definitely hear wind. So that's what I'm going to compare now, because if you want to work hybrid in the garden, people should not hear disturbing noises like wind. There's also the possibility, if you have an Android device, you can use Google Fast Pair with it. Always make sure to have the latest firmware on your Space Max. Just go to the website from Beyerdynamic. There's software called Update Hub, and then you can just update your firmware. Don't expect fancy things like an equalizer. Some technical specs here: loudspeaker systems, 2-way with 2-inch mid-range speaker and 2 passive membranes. Bluetooth is 5.0 and also supported USB-C. Profiles HFP and H2DP. Microphone types are 4 MEMS microphone array, and the charging time is 2 hours and 5 minutes using power delivery charge. And the weight is 680 grams. Ultra short unboxing. Thank you here for purchasing. And they also want to highlight that they are strong in focusing on sustainability and reusing existing plastics. USB-C to USB-C cable. Here we have a flagship Beyerdynamic Max, including a USB-A to USB-C adapter. This here also paper and not plastic. I really like it. And there's a nice soft box to protect your Space Max and a manual. This button is a Bluetooth pairing, battery status, Beyerdynamic pairing button, changing the volume lower, increase the volume, accept calls, decline calls, mute and Bluetooth. That's the connector for USB-A to USB-C, so it's not a USB-A dongle, and here you can add your tripod, extremely helpful. That's something what you usually don't see with a speakerphone. Space Max also offers the power bank function. That's not possible with this ordinary Space, and also if you purchase an additional plug, then you can also use it for fast charging. Now I'm talking directly here into the Logidock from Logitech, which is actually a different category. It cannot be compared directly with the Beyerdynamic Max because this is a docking station. You can get output from 2 monitors, you can get input from multiple devices, you can charge your laptop, Mac, and also, for example, add your keyboard or add your webcam here, so it cannot be compared directly. But let me put it on the table. That's how the Logidock from Logitech sounds like when used as a speakerphone. That's the EPOS EXPAND 4TT, the entry level from EPOS. That's how it sounds when I'm talking directly into the EPOS EXPAND 4TT. This is now the entry level from PolySync 20. There's also the 40 and the 60. And that's how it sounds like when putting the PolySync 20 on my desk. The latest flagship here from JABRA is the JABRA Speak2, and that's how it sounds like when I talk directly into the JABRA Speak2 7.5. That's now the first version from Beyerdynamic called Space. It's smaller than the Space Max, and now I'm talking directly into the Beyerdynamic Space. Silent environment, no background noise, just a few birds singing, but I would not call them noise. I just love it. Okay, here we have the Beyerdynamic flagship Space Max, much larger than the ordinary Space, and now I'm talking directly into the Beyerdynamic Space Max. Let me share my word with you, and now I'm using it since 4 weeks, and it really delivers what it promises. It is beautiful, it is easy to use, it is plug and play, and the music quality is just amazing. Especially when you couple it with 2 devices. Pairing is very smooth, and actually bought an Anchor Soundcore Bluetooth box, and I just sent it back to Amazon because here the Space Max is it just sounds better. It literally blew me away. Microphone quality is great. I can recommend it here for calls. And if you don't care about fancy features and fancy apps, this might be the right choice for you for hybrid work.